Honorable External Affairs Minister of India, His Excellency Dr. Joy Shankar, Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, His Excellency Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sharma, my colleagues, the Honorable Members of Parliament of Bangladesh, and so my colleagues in the Ministry, Ambassador Cambodia to India, His Excellency Mr. Wong Shan, High Commissioner of Singapore to India, His Excellency Mr. Simon Wong, a representative of ASEAN countries, advisor to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Thailand, Mrs. Pornipong Kanchalak, Chairman GC Asian Conference, Mr. MP Beza Barua, distinguished scholars and experts, excellencies, and ladies and gentlemen. And I see I have many competitors from Bangladesh, and I'll be very happy if all the representatives of Bangladesh can stand for a minute, and let me see how many of them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is a privilege for me to be here today amidst of this important gathering. At this August gathering, let me start with a story from my childhood. I come from Sylhet. It is a big Mazar Sharif known as Hazrat Shah Jalal's Dargah Sharif. It has big pots to cook food for thousands of worshippers. These pots are huge. When I was a kid, my mother told me that these pots came from the Mazar Sharif of Nizamuddin Auliya of Delhi. I was curious and asked her. There was no road system, no railway lines in 12th century. Then how come those arrived in Sylhet from Delhi? She said, through river roads. In fact, during the British Raj, people from Sylhet used to visit Calcutta through river roads. But now those roads are closed. I'd like to see those river roads get reopened for tourists and for cost-effective Matsyajan transport and communication. Ladies and gentlemen, since time immemorial, river or Nodi have been the cradles of civilization. They connect land, people, ideas, and foster trade and commerce. I think Asian Conference, Ministry of External Affairs Government of India, State Government of Assam, Bangladesh Mission in Guwahati, Northeastern Council and Bangladesh Foundation for Regional Studies for being associated in arranging the third edition of Nadi, a timely and commendable initiative. Assam, vis-a-vis India, occupies a very special place in my heart and memories. I often recall the memories of my staying in Guwahati for a short time in 1971 during a war of independence. Bangladesh and India are linked by history, culture, language, and shared sacrifice, just as much as they are connected by shared waters, the fifth longest border in the world and kinship. For the last 50 years, Bangladesh and India relations have been great. It is termed by Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi as Shunal Yodhai, or golden chapter, and truly so. Our rock-solid relationship is based on trust, mutual respect, our culture, history, and undergoing similar sacrifice and challenges together. We fought for our independence, and you supported us all the way. Even many of you sacrificed your blood for our victory in 1971. We are proud of you, and now we look forward to have more meaningful relationship for next 50 years. Esteemed participants, the South Asian and Southeast Asian region are endowed with ever-flowing perennial rivers and water bodies. Bangladesh and India share 54 joint rivers, and these rivers have shaped the history, politics, culture, and economy of the countries for centuries, for several centuries. No wonder that these rivers are considered holy and worshipped by many faiths living in this region. Rivers have sustained diverse ecosystems and provided livelihood for millions of people. If we talk about Bangladesh, it is known as the land of rivers, Nadimatrik Bangladesh. There are about 720 rivers, including tributaries, which have a total length of 24,140 kilometers, one of the largest in the world. Rivers are the basic lifelines of Bangladesh and are accessible to the remotest areas of the country, whereas roads and railways do not have such accessibilities. In Bangladesh, rivers have huge impact on our tradition, culture, music, lifestyle, and livelihood. It also influences politics. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on the Golden Jubilee of Bangladesh and on the Golden Jubilee of friendship between Bangladesh and India, in the beautiful city of Guwahati, I pay my homage to those brave souls, both civilian and military, who sheltered us and fought alongside us during the glorious War of Liberation in 1971. On this occasion, and at a time when humans and the planet are at loggerheads with each other because of adverse changes in the climate caused by indiscretions of humans, I pay homage also to the rivers which made us who we are, our common mother. In fact, rivers as old as life on this planet, possibly older than most of the life forms at least. Rivers do not subscribe to the ideas of either nations or nation states. Rivers do not have borders. Rivers do not have nationalities. Rivers do not have religions. Rivers do not conform to our petty little ideas which we use to divide ourselves. Rivers are instead powerful entities which give birth to all things that make us humans and civilization. Rivers are power Devi, Adi Shakti, as has been construed by the core tenets of the civilization that we belong to here in the East. In both creation and destruction, rivers don't discriminate according to beliefs, faiths, nationalities, or even genders. It is not only that the people of Bangladesh and India are dependent on the river for sustaining lives and livelihoods. Rather, throughout the history of mankind, we have seen that civilization flourished and perished with the flow of navigable rivers. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, rivers were the lifelines of communication and the propagation of human habitations, ideas, ideologies, and even core tenets of spirituality across this region. As I said, we have seen gigantic cooking pots carried from Delhi to Sylhet by rivers as early as the 12th century at the Dargah Sharifs of Sylhet. The exponents of Vajrayana, Acharya Atish Dipankar, traveled from Bikrampur in what is now near Dhaka in Bangladesh to as far as Tibet. Moroccan visitor, the explorer Ibn Battuta, landed in Sylhet to river roads. Empires from Delhi came to the east by the rivers, and by the same rivers, the sultanates of Bengal reached up to Delhi. As Mir Bahar notes in his book, the Mughal invasion of Bengal was fought back by 12 landlords known as Borobuyas, Hindus and Muslims together, by the use of armored elephants mounted on the river roads. I repeat, by the use of armored elephants mounted on the river bows. The Muslims of Dhaka and the minted coins of Bikrampur were found in the Roman and the Greek palaces, and they had traveled by the rivers till they reached the open seas. The folklores of Chad Sodagar, which originated in the north, travel as far as Odisha and possibly beyond, with the transcendence of the spice traders from the far corners of the Southeast Asian archaeology. From all practical reasons, Bengal was a major trading post for both the old Silk Roads and the rising European corporate powers colonizing the new worlds in the East. Bangladesh believes in by the end of the 17th century, today's Kolkata was the point of export for cotton textile made in what is today Bangladesh. Down the Ganges, these cotton was shipped to Europe. Networks of rivers made this subcontinent a lucrative place for foreign trading firms, and even before the introduction of the railroads, the rivers gave a seamless trading route to everyone who wanted to do business or simply travel. Bangladesh and India have a long-standing protocol on transit and trade through inland waterways. Bangladesh has been giving inland water transit and transport facilities to India through Bangladesh territory for more than 5 decades now. The government of Sheikh Hasina is trying all that it can to recover the rivers lost to land filling and land grabbers. The rights of the rivers of Bangladesh have been upheld by the country's Supreme Court. The affiliate division of the Supreme Court of Bangladesh upheld in 2019 the decision of the High Court in writ petition, which declared that the Turak River and all other rivers in the country are living entities with rights as legal persons. With such a renewed and reinforced ideological and legal strength, we believe it is time to do more now. Excellencies, friends, Bangladesh believes in mutual friendship, trust and partnership, and development, and the strong bond that we share with India. We are conjoined since our birth, and the relations is embodied in the sanctum of human blood, shed for a common cause, freedom. Bangladesh hopes to be connected with India and to the rest of South Asia, and ultimately be a land bridge between South and Southeast Asia in a seamless network of rails, rivers, and other modes of transport. Given the strategic geopolitical location, Bangladesh can be a link to connect India, Myanmar, Thailand, Nepal, and other East and Southeast Asian countries, and the entire BIMSTEC region can be hub for the trade and business. In my mind, our cardinal axis would extend from Chittagong to Delhi by river. We would connect the primary growth centers of the Ganges and the Brahmaputra basins in a hub and spoke model, leveraging on the dimensional displacement which each hub could generate in a certain economic space. Once the Indian National Waterways 1 and National Waterways 2 were connected to the crisscrossing rivers of Bangladesh. Bangladesh believes in a two-way expansion of the existing protocols that we already have. I believe that the existing protocols on inland water transit and transport should be extended to connect the Indian national waterways to Bangladesh river system and connect the growth centers of Bangladesh and India, and then to Nepal and Bhutan, and both the factor and consumer markets on each side of the river. Connectivity must be point to point and not bound by national boundaries. I believe that through this platform, through the discussion, we can come up with innovative solutions and foundation of policies that would enable the nations to utilize the rivers to make the lives of human individuals on both sides of the river more meaningful and add to their livelihood options, provide environment-friendly and cost-effective mode of transport, and ensuring the development of mega infrastructure. I see magnificent possibility, peace, progress, prosperity in one goal. We only need to be a little more assertive in our vision for a shared future. Excellencies, friends, ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest challenges that Bangladesh faces is maintaining inland waterways. The rivers are silted up, and during dry season, total length of the waterway reduces significantly. Highly expensive and technically challenging capital dredging makes inland waterpath maintenance too difficult. Even the damage from flooding is unimaginable, as the water holding capacity of the rivers has been significantly reduced because of siltation, to great extent caused by dams. A fully functioning network will allow a ship to pick up freight in Assam and sail south on the Brahmaputra River into Bangladesh. Bangladesh waterways may be utilized for the transportation and distribution of goods between Bangladesh, India, as well as between landlocked Nepal, Bhutan, and semi-landlocked territory of Northeast India. My dear friends and fellows, we do have some shared challenges between India and Bangladesh when it comes to climate change, environment, ecosystem, and biodiversity protection, seawater rise and saline water penetration, and last but not least, achieving environment and water-related sustainable development goals, that is SDGs. Through India and Bangladesh, we are separated by a physical border, yet our air, water, forest, and many other natural resources are shared. The SDG Goal 6 is about clean water and sanitation. Both India and Bangladesh have shared SDG goal of ensuring safe and affordable drinking water for all by 2030. This requires adequate investment in future-proof infrastructure to protect surface water sources, reduce excessive dependence on groundwater, to keep river water pollution-free or less polluted from sewage, polythene, and industrial waste, and microplastics. Through Nadi, we can really work closely in protecting and restoring our essential water-related ecosystem. SDG 13 is about climate action, where we can work closely to the mass industrialization and tremendous per capita energy consumption of the first world countries hold responsibility for global warming and irreversible climate change consequences. We can co-work in the region to secure best practices to protect our people, water, forest, and environment. We can share a successful and potential use cases mutually. The SDG 15 is about life on land. Together, we can define urgent actions to reduce the loss of natural habitats and biodiversity, which are part of our common heritage. To meet global goals, we can really co-work locally. By protecting rivers and riverine biodiversity, we can achieve a little bit more climate resilience together. Together, we can work to keep rivers alive for orchestrating economic and environmental sustainability. This is time to integrate every single development project to connect with environmental flow, ecology, diversity, and water science. Esteemed participants, over the last couple of years, both India and Bangladesh are experiencing the same common patterns of unprecedented floods and cyclones. The cyclone Momen has caused tremendous I'm sorry. Momen has caused. What did I do? I lost my pages. Okay, I got it. Infrastructure and livestock in both countries. Climate change intensified both irregular rainfalls and droughts. The early and mid-season floods are causing economic, infrastructural, and agricultural disasters in both upper riparian and lower riparian areas. Only last week, both Assam and Bangladesh went through severe flash floods. In fact, the people of Bihar, Assam, West Bengal, Bangladesh unfortunately share the same fate from disaster of floods. So it is time to take flood management to the next level. We can together extend cooperation in processing weather satellite data and satellite image processing based flood management for the Himalayan areas. We can develop software and data science-based hydrological simulation models to set an efficient strategy for managing river dams and hydroelectric dams to drain excess rainwater into the Bay of Bengal much ahead of time. We can work on regional flood alarm centers too. In this way, through early warning system, we make a win-win situation to save people, livestock and infrastructure from massive flooding and loss. It is time for us to replace competition with cooperation. Sometimes we fail to understand the rivers as one single entity traversing national boundaries. All the great riverine civilization manage the rivers in a holistic manner. Together, we will reach that stage. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me say a few words about Bangladesh and our bilateral relations with India in the context of connectivity and water sector cooperation. At the holistic juncture of completing 50 years of his bilateral ties under the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, Bangladesh and India relation is now passing its golden chapter. With regard to Bangladesh relations in Indian northeastern states, factors like geographical proximity, close cultural and historical ties, economic complementaries are hugely contributing to the ever-growing bond between Bangladesh and northeastern states of India. Bangladesh's robust engagement with Indian northeastern states are intertwined and have always been at the heart of overall Indo-Bangladesh relationship. It is widely accepted by all that there are huge prospects and potentials for promoting trade and investment and other economic activities for the mutual benefit of Bangladesh and the states of Northeast India. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to focus a bit on the exemplary economic achievement of Bangladesh and how this is contributing to the region. As you know, the rate of poverty in Bangladesh has reduced from 41.5% to 20.5%, and extreme poverty from 28% to 10.5%. Per capita income has tripled to more than US 2,800 in the last decade and so, under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Bangladesh is now one of the top 5 fastest growing economies in the world. Bangladesh ranks #1 in South Asia in tackling COVID-19, as featured in the report published by a Japanese organization. Bangladesh is the biggest trading partner of India in South Asia. On the other hand, India is the second biggest global trading partner of Bangladesh. It is worth mentioning that economic growth of Bangladesh is largely contributing to the economy of the neighboring countries. India received the highest number of tourists from Bangladesh. Indian hospitals treat the highest number of Bangladeshi patients. thousands of Indians are working in various sectors in Bangladesh, contributing to our service sector, and Bangladesh is the fourth remittance earning country for India. Rightly, Prime Minister Modi remarked during his recent visit to Dhaka, Bangladesh is a strong, I quote, Bangladesh is a strong example of development and change for the world, and India is Bangladesh Shohojatri, fellow traveler in these efforts. Bangladesh has been promoting the idea of regional connectivity and regional integration as the key to collective and inclusive development of the entire South Asian region. Taking advantage of unique geographical position in the region, Bangladesh is offering itself as a gateway to northeastern states of India. Banking on this strategic location, Bangladesh is also working to establish itself as the regional hub of connectivity, not just through roads, rails, waterways, and air linkage, but also for power transmission, transportation of natural gas, and telecommunications, etc. Bangladesh firmly believes in promoting regional integration to strengthening the existing mechanism like BBIN, India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway, BIMSTEC, Master Plan for Transport Connectivity, SAFTA, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are aware that currently Bangladesh is hosting more than 1.1 million forcibly displaced Myanmar nationals in the Cox's Bazar of Bangladesh. I am talking about the massive influx of Myanmar nationals in Bangladesh who have been forcibly pushed out of their own country, and Bangladesh is providing them with food and shelter on the humanitarian grounds. They are temporarily sheltered in Bangladesh for the last 5 years, and they all wanted to go back to their motherland. Since repatriation has not been started yet, they are getting frustrated, and many are getting involved in criminal activities like drug trafficking, human trafficking, violence, and crimes. We're afraid that such may create pockets of extremism and radicalism, and such may lead uncertainty in the whole region. Therefore, the repatriation must be done quickly. I solicit your help and support. You will agree with me, as the Chief Minister has mentioned in his own speech, that since Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina took a bold step to end extremism, terrorism in this region, security and stability of this region has enhanced, and this helped in economic activities and development of the whole region, including Bangladesh and the neighboring countries of Bangladesh. So we should try to work together so that we can maintain stability and security of this region by help repatriating these displaced people, these persecuted people from the soil of Bangladesh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm indeed happy to be here today amongst you all and to talk about the blessings we have from the nature, our Nodi, our rivers, and the possible measures to protect and utilize for the benefit of our people and countries as well. I strongly believe, despite challenges, given goodwill and trust among the countries concerned, water can be successfully used as an effective means for enhancing ties in many ways. I expect positive outlook and political will and commitment from all the countries concerned. My dear friends, I might not live long to see it in person, but if we can work together in cooperation and in partnership and design a win-win river and water sharing method, then our and your future generation will be proud of us. Dear friends, the pandemic has shown the world that human race is very much interconnected and interdependent. One nation can't be doing well, leaving another behind or unprotected. We have to make the journey forward together. Before conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you organizers for holding this magnificent event. Our lives are river-centric. By listening to the names of the rivers by which our people address these rivers very dearly, one would understand the place of rivers in our life. Along with our livelihood, our tales, our stories, our songs and music are connected with river. The Bengali psyche likes to give imaginative names to everything we touch. We prefer pure and unadulterated love and affection. We call the river Ganges, river Podda, that means lotus-like. We call main branch of the river Brahmaputra, Jamuna, in remembrance of Lord Sri Krishna. And we have river Moirbakhi, means eye of peacock. We have the rivers Madhumati, means sweet like honey, and Isamati means fulfillment of our desires. And in my own area, Sylhet, my hometown district, we call river Shurma the holiness of eyes, and river Kushiara, stream of happiness. In fact, rivers are entangled with every sphere of life. Rivers are us, and we are the rivers. 3/4 of our body is water, and 71% of our planet Earth is water. Rivers are life. Rivers are us. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May India-Bangladesh friendship live forever. Thank you very much.